What's up, guys? My name's Nick Wood. And first off, let me say this. Anything that I say or share in any of my videos, you should test. You should try. You shouldn't believe me. You shouldn't just take my word for it. You should go and try it. I want you to try it. I want you to see that it works because let's be honest, most people have no idea what they're talking about. And I want you to see that this stuff actually works. So today I want to talk to you guys about the benefit and the necessity of having a process. Okay. So 10 years ago, when I started getting into sales, I got into what I would consider the toughest part of sales, the toughest form of sales, which is direct to customer, door to door. It's also the purest form because it's literally knocking on doors and going into homes and pitching your product or service. And I learned this when I was doing that. So I'm going to share a little quick story. So what I learned by doing that, and by the way, just so you guys know that the process, what that looked like when I was doing door-to-door sales, I was selling home security systems, right? So you've seen signs of different home security companies in yards. We were selling literally door sensors, window sensors, attached to a panel on the wall that would connect to your smartphone, that had some gadgets, some cameras, and some door locks and stuff, some smart home elements to it. But we were literally getting dropped off in neighborhoods, and we would canvas neighborhoods and go and sell our product or our service, right? And so I discovered early on the importance of having a process, because what I started by doing is I would knock on the door and I would, have my pitch, and I would kind of tell them what I was doing. But then I it was like, where do I go from here? And I don't even know what I was hoping for. I was hoping they would let me in the house. I was hoping they would ask me, okay, what does this cost? Like I didn't know. And as soon as I got a process in place, so the person that trained me, they're like, look, man, you have to have a process in place because this needs to be second nature. You need to have an exact process that as soon as you knock on the door, you say this. As soon as you say this, you transition to this. As soon as you go in the house, you do this, and on and on and on. So I have spent the last couple of years building a process that works every single time. So I have a process for when I call the business owner, right? So when I call and get them interested and tell them I'm going to send them a couple free leads, I have a process, an exact process for that. I have a process for when I send the leads. I have a process for when I send a screencast right before I get on the close. And I certainly have a process for when I actually close the deal. So to give you an example, when I used to do door-to-door sales, selling these home security systems, my process was that as soon as I got in the house, what I would do is I would walk in. I would say, hey, where's your kitchen table? Okay, because I knew that, and I was trained that if you want to do business happens at the kitchen table, not at the couch. So I didn't want them to say, hey, come sit down at the couch. It's too relaxed. I would literally go find their kitchen table and I would put my stuff there, my binder, right? My iPad, my binder, whatever. And then from there, I would go to the master bedroom. And in the master bedroom, we'd look at how many windows they had. How many did we need to cover? I would look at the windows and I would tell a story. I would tell an emotional story, not emotional like trying to get them to cry, but a story of like, hey, we had this customer over here and they wanted their master bedroom windows covered because of this, or they got their master bedroom windows because of this. And we talk about the master bedroom. And then we would go to the kids' bedrooms. And then from there, I would go into the front room. And then from there, we would go look at if they had an existing system. And I had this exact process. As soon as I did the whole, what I would call the walkthrough, I would then go to the kitchen table. At the kitchen table, I would open up my iPad and I would show them this video that the company had created. It was a really nice video that built credibility. It eliminated trust issues, et cetera, et cetera. From there, I would pull out the equipment sheet, which showed, hey, you're going to get this. This is what it's priced at. Where you're going to get this included. You're going to get this. You're going to get this. Anyway, you get the point. I would go through it, and then at the very end, I would have the exact same process to close every single time. Like without question, I would close the exact same way. Like I would say the exact same thing, ask the exact same question. And I had such a tight, clean process. It was so predictable that and this is the whole point, is when you get a process, it gives you confidence. It gives you confidence that you know what you're going to say. And you know that if you say these certain things and you do these certain things and follow this process, most likely you're going to have this outcome, which is getting the sale. So, this is the importance. I'm not going to talk about developing your process or my specific process in this video because of time, but I just wanted to stress the importance that if you are doing sales and you're trying to go and close deals, especially flat fee deals, and you do not have a process, you better get one. Okay. And what I would recommend is start with anything. Start with, you need to start somewhere. And then what you do is you start refining it. And you start refining it and you keep refining it and you keep refining it, keep refining it. And before you know it, 2 years later, 2.5 years later, like I am, you have a process that is so fine tuned that I literally know if I do X, Y, and Z and do it this way, I will get a deal. And literally, I am shocked if I don't get that deal. So, guys, get a process together in every single aspect of your sales. Whether you're selling your towing site, whether you're selling your tree service site, does not matter who you're selling to. Get a process and follow it and stick to it. And then what you do is you just work on refining it and refining it and refining it. And I promise, guys, if you do this, you will close more deals because you'll have more confidence. As always, first of all, make sure, like I said, put these things into practice. Test them out. Don't believe me. Don't trust me. Go and do them. But as I always say, if you like what you hear, if you resonate at all with me, we have an entire group dedicated to sales tips and tricks for how to sell flat fee deals with your lead generation sites. The link will be somewhere in this video or in the description, and I hope to see you inside.